As we said that the way how the names were categorized, they were categorized in two. We have the major name as the mudhakkar and then another major as the mu'annath. These are the names. Whether mu'annath human, whether mu'annath non-living, whether mu'annath animal, whether mu'annath plants, whether mu'annath in any unmentioned race of this. Now, these asma'u, they have a principle. We have a principle which we follow. To start with al-mudhakkar. Mudhakkar means the masculine. The principle says al-mudhakkar, al-ism al-mudhakkar, the masculine name, huwa ma dalla ala dhakar, it is that which is always used on masculine. It is that which is used on masculine or in masculine when we're talking about the male side. So, mithalu dhalika or amthiltu ala dhalika, example of that we say muallim, the name extracted from the occupation of the person, whether be it an occupation or just a name, real name as usual. So we have rajulun, man, referring to the masculine. Then we have mudarrisun, it's also a name. We have sa'iqun, sa'iqun means the driver. Mudarrisu is the teacher. Rajulun is man. And then muallimu is, of course, teacher. Then we have najjarun, najjarun as the carpenter. Then safirun, safir is an ambassador, safirun. So those are masculine names. Those are all, the ones you're seeing there, the ones I've read here, they are masculine names. So the names that are used to refer to a male race, to the male race, whether human, whether gadget, whether a plant, whether an animal, whether unmentioned race amongst what is being talked about. Now from here we shall have some little questions here. مثل للمذكر بتسعة أمثلة. Now this is an assignment. As the other one I gave you, I think you recorded it down and you'll have to do it. I want you now to go and make a research. ما هو المذكر? What is المذكر? Of course, the ta'rif is there, the principle is there, or the definition. And then you also answer the next question that says مثل للمذكر بتسعة أمثلة. بتسعة أمثلة من غير المذكور في الكتاب. من غير المذكور في الكتاب. I want you to go and make a research about the masculine names or the names that are related to the male race but not mentioned in the book. I think people have understood there. Whether you bring the name for the gadget, whether you bring the name for the plants, whether you bring names for the what, because we're talking about the masculine names in general. In general. Is that one clear, members? Alhamdulillah. Yes. Oh, we are continuing. Yes, we are continuing. We shall find out that one. That one is in the next scripture as we are continuing. Of course, there is a criteria that we can use to differentiate between a masculine and a feminine name. By doing so, of course, the masculine the masculine, we have seen that we haven't given any criteria, any sign that can show that this one is, however, it is there. But we can always differentiate it after looking at the feminine type of names. I beg that we proceed to the next paper or next page. That's why we shall realize that the feminine and the masculine can be determined on so inshallah. Are we together? Okay. Now we have gone now to head to the 9th page. Al-ismul mu'annath. For now we have seen the ismul mudhakkar is done. Now al-ismul mu'annath, the feminine name, the name that is related to the females. Al-qaida, the principle says, or definition, it says huwa ma dalla ala untha. Mu'annath referred to as what is always used on the female race, on the female creation. So whatever is female, be it a woman, human or non-human, animal, or it can be gadget, or it can be plant, or it can be any animation, the rest of the creation, even not the creation, because Allah is not a creation, Allah is the creator, the exalted. Also, his name, we can also refer to these categories, whether the name it follows under mu'annath or it follows under mudhakkar. But name Allah, of course, it follows under the masculine race type of names. Now, وَهِيَ كُلُّ ismun. Now, Mr. Saeed, Imam Saeed, now you can look at this principle. There is an explanation of what you have been asking about. Are we there? Now the criteria is now being given. Al-ism al-mu'annath, the masculine, the feminine name. It says that وَهِيَ كُلُّ ismun مَخْتُومَةٍ بِتَاءٍ مَرْبُوطَةٍ. That is every name that ends with the ta' marbuta. I don't know whether people can differentiate ta' marbuta from ta' mabsuta. Can people differentiate that? Ta' marbuta, is everyone aware of ta' marbuta? Ta' marbuta is that ta', the round ta' at the end of a name. Yes? A round ta', yes. And the big people can see it there. So that is round ta' at times can become a joint when it is joinable. When it meets with a joinable letter, it can be joinable. And when it meets unjoinable letter, it is always independent. And you can see, as we shall see the example there. Yes? That one there. And you can see it down here on mar'a, on imra'a. You can see on kalimat imra'a, it is independently written. Can you see it there? Just down that line. Just down that line there. Is it seen? Yes, that one. Have people seen it? Yes, that is what we term as ta' marbuta. It is a sign of feminine. You can record that. It is a type of feminine. Yes. It is. We are the open ta'u. So this one we are on a name. Since we are on a name, now that one is on the other side. When it comes for the lesson for verbs, we shall now also talk about that, because that one is oriented, it is a verb oriented ta'u. That one is ta'u maftuha, the one you are saying, the one which is open, the open ta'u, and it is always written on verbs. It is always verb. It's a verb-oriented letter. It ends on verb, or it comes on verb whenever we're talking about the feminine. But this one, it is oriented only on names. Are we together? Yes, ta'u marubuta is for names. And ta'u mabsuta or ta'u ta'anith, it is either ta'u ta'anith or ta'u mabsuta. It is referred to as the ta'u for the feminine that comes on the verbs. And then marubuta, it is that ta'u which is always bearing other than what? The names. Are we together? Yes. So, and then au alif maksura, or alif maksura. Alif maksura, it is that ya which doesn't bears the dots down it. Are we together? You can see on the name Hindu there. Can see on name Hindu. Are you there? Yes, on Hindu you can see that here, the one we are referring to. And I think when you realize that that here does not end, it has no what? No sign, and it has no dots. It has no sound sign, and it has no dots. Have you seen it there? Even Salma there. Are you seeing the name Salma? Even the name Musa, though Musa is not there, but the name Musa also ends with that ya'u, that very ya'u. It is called alif al-murajja. Yes, it is always called alif al-murajja, or it can be referred to as alif maksura. Alif al-murajja'i, alif maksura. Yes. Yes, that is ya'u maksura. Alif maksura. That is the ya'u. It is in the format of ya. So that is another criteria for mu'annath. Are we there? Are we together, people? Yes, we continue now. Another criteria, au alfu mamduda. Au alif mamduda. Or it can be alif mamduda. Or it can be alif mamduda. Alif mamduda, it is either hamza and alif at the end of the name, or it can be alif, the one alone. I mean a single alif, the usual alif, you know. I think you can realize that by saying asa, the word asa down there. Asa. Can you point at asa? Asa. That one. Are you seeing there? That alif at the end. That alif, independent, that alif there you're seeing, it is alif mamduda. Alif mamduda. At the end of a name. Asa means a stick. Fimbo, chiboko, that one. So that one, of course, it's a symbol of mu'annath. It is a symbol of what? Of mu'annath. Or it can be alif and hamza, as the name kurama. Are you seeing kurama there and hasna? Hasna'u and kurama. At the end of it, there is alif and hamza at the end. How people realize that? Yes. So that is mu'annath. That is the criteria for mu'annath. So in summary, there are three major criteria for which mu'annath can be differentiated over masculine or mudhakkar. Are we there? It can be alif it is the ta'u marubuta, the round ta'u, whether joinable or independent. There is the alif maksura, the ya'u that doesn't bears the dots, and it is not sound, and sound ya'u with no dots. And then lastly, that is alif mamduda. It is either alif, a single alif at the end, or it can be hamza, I mean alif and hamza at the end of a name. Those are the three criteria of ta'u. So the names here you can read and see how they have been given here. Yes, please. Yes, it is a female, exactly. That's what we have been talking about. That is the criteria for whichever name, whether it is a gadget, whether a person, whether an animal, whether a plant, whether anything that you know over the world. Bearing any of those three, it is under feminine. Even malaika. Are you seeing malaika? Malaika to ends with the ta'u marubutwa. So malaika, of course, we know as we study tajweed, the name malaika, we don't know as the creature really, in their essence, we don't know whether they are men or what, or women. But for us, we are interested in the name. We are not interested in their creation. Are we together? So the name follows under the feminine. Are we together? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself, the name is a masculine name. But Allah himself, we don't know his essence, whether he's a man or what, or woman. For us, we are interested in the name. I think we are together now. Okay. Now we proceed. So we have imra'atun, we have muslima. Muslima in reference to a Muslim person, a woman. In reference to a Muslim woman. And then we have mu'allimatu in reference to the occupation as the teacher, mu'allimatu, but female teacher. And then we have imra'atun in reference to the creation, that is a woman, imra'atu. Then we have Khadija as the name of a person, but female. Then we have faqiha in reference to the intelligence person. Faqiha, the one who is the scholar, can be the scholar. Faqiha, someone who is intelligent, someone with wisdom. Then we have najara. Najara too, it is in reference to the occupation, but a carpenter, a carpenter woman, a carpenter woman. Yes. Then we have muhasiba. Muhasiba means the secretary, the basa. So the basa, not secretary. The basa. Muhasiba. The basa of the school. I think you know basas. Not so? Yes. The basa. Then we have another mithal for ta'u. For that one has been for ta'u marubuta. And then we proceed to ta'u to alif maksura. Alif mada? Al maksura. That is in the form of ya'u at the end of a name. Then we have here Salma, the name Salma. I think people you're seeing there, you can realize that here at the end. And then we have Huda, Huda at the end. Those are name of those people, the women. And then we have Hawa. We have Hawa. And then we have Hawa. No, so that one will come later. We have Hawa. Hawa, that is a verb. It can be Hawa, means to go somewhere, or to go to sleep, or to go to return to a regional area, to a regional place. Then we have Maula, which refers to someone who has been freed from slavery. The same way, it is a both side. It can mean someone who has freed the slave from slavery, and the same way it means the slave from slavery. That is, of course, what we term as Maula. I think people understand that. Then Huda means righteousness, someone on the right path. Yes, Huda, which is righteousness. Yes, like people on the right track. Then we have after that we shall have mithalu al-makhsusa, mithalu al-makhtumati bimadha bi alf al-mamduda. So the examples of those letters, those names that end with the alif al-mamduda, with either alifu, it's single, and or else it can be alif and the hamza at the end of a noun, or at the end of the name. Yes, the so-called noun. So we shall have Hasna'u. Hasna'u is a name that means a beautiful woman. Yes. Assalamu alaikum. Yes, we have been talking about alif al-mamduda, and we have been on the name as Hasna'u. Hasna'u is a name that one, someone who is beautiful woman. Then the Kurama also ends with alif and hamza, the respected people, the Kurama, min al-karim, the honored ones. And then we have Asa, which means a stick. Yes, those are some of the names. So those are the criteria. So whichever name that you will see, you have to now compare. You compare the names to these three symbols that we have so far covered here, which are the names. So whichever name that does not bear any of the mentioned symbols for mu'annath, directly put that name into mudhakkar. Are we together? So it is mu'annath minus mudhakkar. It is mu'annath minus mudhakkar. You first find out the mu'annath, then the rest you put to where? To mudhakkar. I don't know whether that one is clear. Okay. Now here follows the as'ila. It follows the tamrin. Ma huwa al-mu'annath? Mathil al-mu'annath bi thalathati amthila. I need you to answer these questions, but not depending on what is in the book. I don't want any answer from the book, because these words are very many. You go from what we covered behind. I don't know whether that one is clear. Please, you go from the previous books. You search for the answers. You search, but don't answer from the book. This book is primitive, but I want you to widen your capacity of thinking. Go, you answer mu'annath, because the ta'rif you have to memorize. You answer it, and then you give the examples of mu'annathi bi thalathat amthila, depending on the criteria of what we have covered. On the criteria of those very questions that we have covered, you answer these questions depending on that. So you answer them mu'annath, but you give the examples which are not in the book with those alama, those symbols. You give example for alif maksura, for alif mamduda, and then for ta'u marubuta, but not the ones we have covered. Number 5, mathil lima ya'ati bimithalaini. Give example on the following. اسم مؤنث مخصوصا بتاء مربوطة. The name, the mu'annath name or the female name that of course particularly for تاء مربوطة. Then اسم مؤنث مخصوصا بألف مكسورة. The female name that is particularly for ألف مكسورة. And then اسم مؤنث مختومة بماذا؟ بألف ممدودة. A particular name for that ends with ألف ممدودة. So you answer that. اذكر علامات الأسماء الآتية. Please answer or define the symbols of these names. You, of course, you categorize them by the symbols. You define the symbols. Huda, you define that symbol. Khadara'u, you define the symbol. Then nakhlatu, you define the symbol. Khadara means the greens, and then nakhla means the a dead tree. You know the trees? Dates. Yes, it's called nakhla. Nakhla, that is shajaratul madha, shajaratul tamr. Then then we go there, we go to the next page, which is 11. Here they say tahwilu asma'i min mudhakkari ila muannath. Changing of the names from, driving them from mudhakkar to muannath. We can get the names, especially the names that of course are extracted out of or are constructed from the occupation, from one whose expression. Yes. So the specialization, those names of specialization and names of occupations, they can be derived from one whose work and then construct them, whether the way you like, whether you can drive them to the masculine race or you can drive them to the feminine creation. It depends on what you like. Now we have mudhakkar, and then the other side we have mu'annath. We have nasiru. Nasiru is a name derived from the verb, which is nasru. Yes, nasara yansuru, nasiru. So nasiru is the saver. How together? Yeah, the helper, the saver, everything. So nasira. Nasir is a man and nasira is a woman. Meanwhile, can get help from either way. Yes? So are we there? Yes, we are changing these names from mudhakkar to mu'annath. Are we together? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yes, I said we stopped on tahwilul asma'i min mudhakkari ila mu'annath. Tahwilu means changing. Are we together? You change from this race to another race. You mean you cannot hear now? Okay. I've been saying that we are changing these names from mudhakkar to mu'annath. We can change them. The names that can be changed have been drastic. I said that these names can be changed from mu'annath to mudhakkar when the names are extracted from the verb, from the occupation. Out together, the verb or expressions. Yes, those names can be changed, like Nasir, Nasiratun. Fa'ir, Fa'iz, Fa'iza. Fa'iz is someone who has exceeded. Yes, succeeded. Yeah. So Fa'iz, Fa'iza. Mudarrisu, Mudarrisa, the teacher, the male teacher, female teacher. Talibu, the student, the male student. Taliba, the female student. Yes. And then, yes, we proceed to tahwilul asma ila mu'annathi. Ila mu'annathi. Yes. Min mu'annathi ila mudhakkar. Then we are changing from the female to the what? To the male. Are we there? The other one has been changing from mudhakkar, from the male to the female. Now we are changing from female I mean from yes, from female to mudhakkar. Yes, to male. So we have now mohandisa, engineer, a female engineer. Then a male engineer is mohandisu. Are we there? Is that what you have there? And then we have jamilatu. Jamilatu is a beautiful lady, a beautiful girl. Then jamilu is a handsome. We cannot say beautiful man, we say handsome man. And then we have nabila. Nabila, someone with someone beautiful, someone best, someone with good character, good nabila, good and pleasant. We can say pleasant behavior and many others. Yes. Mohandisa is an engineer. Yes. So Nabilu, Nabila, we have now seen that. Then we have Saliha. Saliha is someone, a righteous person. Salihu, righteous man. Yes. Righteous woman, righteous man. Yes. Zari'atu. Zari'a is a female farmer. Then Zari'u is a male farmer. Are we there? Yes. So those are some of the names. That is the kriya. In case you are given a question that you change those names, you tahwil, you change them to mu'annath or mudhakkar to mu'annath or mu'annath to mudhakkar. You can be able to change them depending on how the names are being presented on the paper. Are we there? Yes. Now, lastly but not the least on this topic, because some of the members are not there, we don't want to go so far to leave them behind. This topic can be understood. In case you have understood it, people also can understand if they take time and go through it. Now, how will al-asma'il ati? These are the as'ila. We are on 12, page 12. There, but here mine is page 13. Can we go to page 12? Imam Said. Yes, there are some questions there that need to be answered. Yes, how will al-asma'il atiya min al-mu'annath ila al-mudhakkar? We say the how will is of two meanings. It is when it is for meaning, we say it is tafsir. Are we together? How will? When it comes, how it comes tafsir, to translate. Then this one, how will, that is to change. You bring another alternative name. If it comes, depending on the creation. If it is mu'annath, then you bring a mudhakkar. Yes? Yes. So, how will this asma? You change these names to min al-mu'annath ila al-mudhakkar, from mu'annath to mudhakkar. And then number 2, how will al-asma al-atiya min al-mudhakkar ila al-mu'annath? Here marks the end of the lecture. And I think with that, I want you to do this exercise there. You ask what you haven't understood, and then we can make an explanation about it so that you can also help other people, other members who have not attended the lesson, to also move hand in hand with us. Do we have some question there? I think the ones who have been asked, yes? Nabila, we said Nabila. It's like someone with good manners. A people of good manners. A person of good manners. Yes. Akhlaqun nabila. Good. Something good. So in other words, it can be termed also as beautiful. Because it's nabila. Is a woman. Beautiful. Or a woman of good conduct. Or a person of good conduct. Like that. Nabila. Do you have another question? Yes? Do you have any question there? Shariba? Where is it? Where is it? From? Shariba is someone taking the drink. Sharibu, the male taking the drink. Sharibatu, the female taking the drink. Yes. Sharibatu, yes. From the verb sharaba yashrabu. Qanita, the fearing, a good fearing person. Qanitatun ta'ibatun, from the Quran. Tilmidhat is a student, but the most likely is that one is referred to the pupils of primary. Talibu is a secondary student. Then tilmidhu, that one is a primary. It's a primary pupil. Tilmidh is always referred to the primary section members or learners. Yes. What? Katiba is a secretary or writer. Writer or secretary. Katiba. Sa'iqa, the driver. Sa'iqa, female driver or male driver, sa'iq. Yes. Do you have any other question? Up. Is it okay? What? Sakitu, from the word sukutu, to zip up the mouth, to be quiet. Sakitu is a person who is the quiet person. Sakitu. What? Darisu? Darisu is a learner. Darisu is a learner. Learner. A person learning. Barim, someone beating. How do you say? Do you say the beater? There was someone who is beating, someone who does the verb of beating. The beater. Hamidun, a thankful person. Hamidun. Or it can be a praiser. Hamidu, from kalimatu hamada yahmadu. What? Shakir is the grateful person, yes. Shakiru is a grateful. Yes. Faiz, a successful person.